Hi, welcome to a 15-minute recharge your day yoga flow. We'll begin right away by coming into child's pose. Take your knees wide to the edge of the mat with big toes touching. Bring your hips over your heels. Lengthen your arms out in front of you, reaching for the top of your mat. Lower your torso down in between your knees, resting your forehead on the mat. Inhale, come up on your fingertips. Walk your fingertips over to the left side of your mat, feeling a stretch along your side body. Breathe into that space. Walk your fingertips back through center over to the right side of your mat. Lower your head down between your arms. Come back to your breath. Place your right arm underneath your left, coming into thread the needle. Left arm is stretched out in front of you. Exhale, switch sides. Thread your left arm underneath your right, with the right fingertips reaching for the top of the mat. Left palms facing up. Exhale, release. Come all the way up through tabletop, stacking your shoulders over the wrists, your hips over your knees. Coming into cat-cows. Inhale, drop the belly. Gaze forward. Exhale, cat. Round through your shoulders. Press into the mat. Tuck your tailbone. Inhale, cow, drop the belly. Exhale, cat. Continue moving with your breath, finding your own rhythm in cat-cows. And then gently come into hip circles. Move your hips over to the left, around closer to your heels, back forward. Switch direction of your hip circles. Moving with your breath. Good. Come back into tabletop. Walk your fingertips forward a little bit. Tuck your toes. Press down into downward facing dog. Lifting the hips high. Pressing your torso towards your thighs. We'll walk out the dog here. First bending your right knee. Straightening through the left. Switch sides. Bend your left knee. Straighten out your right. Continue to find your own walking out your dogs with your breath. Press your torso towards your thighs. Take a few deep breaths here in your downward facing dog. Then step your left foot forward between your hands at the top of the mat. Coming into runner's lunge, gently rock forward and backward, stretching out the calf here. Still moving with our breath. And then place your right hand down firmly into the mat. Inhale your left arm up, coming into a twist. Gaze up at your fingertips. Come into a quad stretch by lowering your back knee. Bend your right foot towards your glutes. Reach your left arm around. Grab your toes. Gaze up. Breathe into your quad muscle. And exhale, release. Coming into horizon lunge. Turn your left toes to face the long side of the mat. Press into your right hand and twist your torso so you're facing the long side of your mat. Extend your arm towards the back of the mat and gaze over the fingertips. Exhale, release, coming into low lunge. Drop your back knee. Inhale the arms up, gazing up at your fingertips. Exhale, release. Bring your hands down inside of your left foot. Lizard pose. Press your heart forward, gaze upwards. Breathing into this hip flexor. If you'd like to explore further, come down onto your forearms, getting a deeper stretch. Breathe into your muscles. Allow your breath to guide you in and out of these poses. Feeling grounded into the mat. Slowly press yourself up if you were on your forearms. Step your left knee back to meet your right. Step your right foot forward in between your hands at the top of the mat. Tuck your toes, coming into a runner's lunge again on the other side. Rock back and forth, stretching out your calf. Finding stability here. Go ahead and press your left hand into the mat. Extend your right arm towards the sky for a twist. Gaze at your fingertips. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, release. Drop your back knee to the mat. Kick your foot up into your hand towards your glutes for a quad stretch. Wrap your fingers around the outside of your foot. Hold here. Exhale, release. Turn your right toes to face the long side of your mat. Press into your left hand. Extend your right arm towards the back of the mat. Gaze over your fingertips. Coming into horizon lunge. Exhale, release. Bring your right hand to the mat. Walk your foot into the center of the mat and come into low lunge. Inhaling the arms up, gazing between your fingers, palms facing each other. Exhale, release your hands down to the mat on the inside of your foot. Coming through lizard pose. Back knee is dropped. Press evenly down through the palms. Opening your heart. If you'd like to, you can lower down to your forearms here. Take a few breaths here in lizard pose, stretching out your hip flexor. Come back onto your palms. If you were on your forearms, tuck your toes and walk your fingertips towards the long ways of your mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold. Point the toes in and the heels out. And gently fold between your legs. Elbows are bent, palms resting gently on the mat. Walk your fingertips over to your right foot, folding over your right leg. Fingers wrapped around your ankle or your toes. One breath here. Exhale, release. Walk your fingertips over to the left foot. Reaching for your toes, your ankle, fold over your left leg. Exhale, release. Take your index finger and thumb and wrap them around the big toes. Coming into Bhadangusthasana, or big toe stretch, folding deeply. Press your elbows out and pull yourself down further. Breathing into your hamstrings. Beautiful job. 2 more breaths here. Good. Press up into your palms. Turn to face the front of your mat. Come all the way to a seated position on your mat. Extend the legs long out in front of you. Cross your left leg overneath your right leg with the knees stacked on top of each other, coming into half Gomukhasana. If you'd like to, you can walk your fingers forward on the mat and gently bend over your legs. And gently lean back and bring your right knee crossed underneath your left one into fire log pose. So the legs are stacked on top of each other. Make sure that your toes are pointed to the front of the mat. Knees are stacked over feet. If you'd like to walk your fingertips towards the front of the mat, finding a slight forward fold here over your legs, getting a deeper stretch in the hips. Exhale, release. We'll find a gentle twist here, twisting to the left. Place your right hand on your left knee. Extend your left arm behind you. Breathe into your low back. Exhale, release. Place your hands behind you. Lean back. Uncross the legs. Switch sides, crossing the right leg over top the left leg. Gomukhasana on the other side. If you'd like to forward fold, deepening the stretch here. Come back to your breath. Beautiful. Press back into your palms. Tip your torso back to uncross your legs. Place your right leg on top of your left leg. So shins are stacked on top of each other, parallel with the front of the mat. Fire log pose, opposite side. Place your hands on the mat in front of you if you'd like to deepen the stretch in your outer hips. Take a gentle twist to the right. Place your left palm on your right knee. Right arm extends behind you. Breathe into the low back. Good. Exhale, release. Press your palms behind you into the mat to uncross your legs. Bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide, coming into butterfly pose. You can wrap your hands around your feet with the thumbs pressing into the soles of the feet. You can press your elbows into your inner thighs to open up your knees out to the side. Lengthen through your spine. Gently forward fold here. Good. Exhale, release. Coming into our final resting position of Sukhasana or easy seated pose with the legs crossed in front of each other at the shins. Gently resting our palms on the knees. Allow your eyes to close here. Let go of the breath, letting it follow its natural course. Notice how you feel in your body after this brief 15 minutes or so of movement. What feelings come up for you? Perhaps you feel more energized, more at peace, ready to take on the tasks ahead of you. Gently bring your hands together at heart center. We'll bow our heads together and say namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today.